We're going to go live. Woo! Katie, I'm going to give you the mic. Be in charge. Hey, guys.
Thank you.
So well.
Alrighty. It's so light out. I'm kind of disoriented. All right. Everyone's here. Ha ha ha. Alrighty, everybody. How we doing? Woo! So exciting. Okay, so tonight is our finale for Battle of the Elements. I'm so excited. Who's excited? Let's go. Okay. So I'm going to do another little recap just in case anyone wasn't here for the last 2 weeks. But we've been doing a 3-week competition called Battle of the Elements. And so that means I don't have someone to do the slide. Or Matt, if you want to run the next one. But 6th graders are earth, which is green. 7th graders are water, which is blue. 8th graders are fire, which is red. And leaders are air, which is yellow. Woo! So we've been wearing our colors. We've been... What are we doing? Bringing new friends, all that stuff to win points, and our games have been winning points. And let's take a look at the scoreboard over here. We've got, who's in first place right now? We've got 7th grade in first points with 165 points. 6th grade following them with 145 points. And then 8th graders and leaders are tied with 120 points. All right, so this is our last week, and we will be crowning a winner tonight. So exciting. But I have our first game, I think, ready for us tonight. So, this game is called Figure It Out, and it is loosely based on a 90s Nickelodeon game show. I don't know if you guys know that. Nickelodeon used to do game shows, and so we're going to need 4 contestants, but we're going to need 1 from each team. Bella, let's go! Woo! Oh, so great. She dressed up. All right, so we're going to need a representative from each team. But here's the catch. A representative from each team, but they have to be willing to be pied in the face with whipped cream. Pied in the face with whipped cream. So, you guys are going to pick for your teams. You're going to pick yourselves. Pick your person. So, send up someone from your grade as your volunteer. So, we've got a 7th grader. We've got a 7th grader here. Who's going to be our 8th grader? 8th grader. Robbie, do you want to do it? Yeah. Who wants to do it? We need an 8th grader. 1 8th grader, yeah. Okay, we got a 6th grader, a 7th grader. We got our leader, Alex. Alex is going to be our leader representative. All right, so this game, perfect. Okay, so this game, what is going to happen is there's going to be a slide behind you. Now, you cannot turn around no matter what. Pinky promise. Otherwise, it's cheating and you'll be disqualified. All right, so you guys can see the slide, though. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a sentence that I'm going to read to you, but it's going to be with a couple blanks. And your job is going to be to fill in the blanks. So first of all, we're going to need a couple things because we'll do the tarps later. We'll get there. But first, everyone's going to need a little... Whiteboard?
Oh no, I have bad handwriting.
It's okay. It's just for you. It's for your note-taking. Where did our 8th grade go?
There's no purple pen?
What?
It's not even yellow.
Have fun. Good. I get pie in the face.
There you go.
What are we doing?
So, all right, everybody listen up. So how this is going to work is there's going to be a sentence behind you that you cannot see. You guys can see. I'm going to read you the sentence, but you're going to have to fill in the blanks because I'm going to be like, blah, 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 blank, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it'll make sense when I read it. But your job is going to be to fill in those blanks. I have a couple hints for you, and then we're going to take turns asking yes or no questions that you all get to answer along with me to help figure out what those missing words are. And we're going to go one at a time. So we'll start, Alex will ask a question. It'll be yes or no, and he'll take that into account. Your boards are just for you to take your notes down. You don't actually have to write anything if you don't want to, but it's just for if you need to write the blank, write the word, up to you. We'll go one question, we'll do another question, and we'll keep going around until someone gets it right. And so what you'll do is you'll ask yes or no questions. Listen. Hey, We'll take yes or no questions and as you're going, if you think you know the sentence and you go, I'm going to try doing what the sentence is, you can present, and if it's wrong, we'll keep going and you can keep asking questions. If you're right, you will be the winner and your team will get the points and all the remaining 3 people will get pied in the face. Does that make sense? All right, so, yes, quick question. No, we have certain people to pie in the face, but...
Am I allowed to lose on purpose?
No, because that would make your team very, very sad. Okay, so we are going to put the slide up, but we need everyone's, if you turn around, and if you guys give them the answers, that is cheating, and we will disqualify your teams, because that will not count. Yes, Stella. Dude, if your whole team wants to pick a new person, I said your whole team wanted somebody else? Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the slide up. So make sure you're not looking, everybody. And I will read you the sentence. Go ahead, Nat. All right, so listen up. This is the sentence. Blank refusing to sing with blank at the blank. Blank refusing to sing with blank at the blank. All right, and I have 3 hints for you guys that kind of give you, well, they're kind of hints. They're like suggesting the way that these aren't the words, but they're kind of similar that would be the words. Does that make sense? Yes. Blank refusing to sing with blank at the blank. Not yet. No. This is just for you to get the sentence. All right. I'm going to give you the words. That says mystery words up there. They're hints. I don't know why it says that, but they're hints. The hints are Eminem, Beyonce, and Friends. Those are your hints. Eminem, Beyonce. So those are words that are similar to the words that you're filling in with to the blank, but they're not quite those words.
Can I guess?
You can start with your guess or a question. Do you have a guess? Sure. Yeah.
It's not M&M, it can be blank.
Yeah.
Beyonce, it can be blank. It's not Friends, it can be blank.
And they're associated with each. The first one is the first blank. So remember, there's 3 blanks in the sentence. Blank refusing to sing with blank at the blank. So, not Eminem, but refusing to sing with not Beyonce, but at the blank. Not Friends, but the blank. So, first question. Or if you think you have it, you can go ahead and guess. Alex, you're first.
Is this a event that occurs every year?
No. No, not an event that occurs every year. No. All right, next question.
Can I put in my answer?
If you think you have it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna. Did it happen recently?
No, it didn't. It never happened. It's never happened before. I don't think.
It's false.
It's made up, we'll say. Okay.
Wait, so I can only do yes or no questions?
Well, we're expanding. That's essentially yes.
Essentially, what is a synonym for trends?
It's not necessarily a synonym, but it's related to the show Friends. All right.
Are sitcoms relevant?
A what?
Are sitcoms relevant?
It's part of a sitcom, we'll say.
Is it part of the Friends sitcom?
Yes, it's part of the Friends sitcom.
Is the name of the second person, like the one with Beyonce, is the first letter in the first half of the alphabet?
Yes. That's a good question. That was a good question. All right. Next question. Or guess.
Is the first person a fictional character?
No, they're real.
If I guess, will that be my final guess?
No, you can keep. We'll keep going in the.
Oh, okay. So my guess is Will Smith refusing to sing with Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Not quite, because that did happen. This did not happen. That happened. That was good. All right. Next question.
Can I just ask what the name of the singing thing is, where they sing?
No. Can I just have the answer?
Oh. Is the singing? Is the location named after a animal?
No.
Is the last one, is it like a physical place, or like a thing, like an event, or like a place, or like is it a place?
A place in Friends. Because we kind of already said that, yeah. It's a location in the show, Friends, yes. That is that last blank.
I'm gonna lose. Is the first person one of the main characters of the show Friends?
No. The person is not related to the show Friends. Neither of them are. So think of someone similar. What does he do, and what other people might be similar to that?
Is the first person still a rapper?
Yes, I think. As far as I know. All right. I'm like in the way. I don't know.
Are either of the names members of the Friends cast?
Similar people to Eminem and Beyonce.
Is the place in New York City?
I mean, it's fictionally in New York City. Yes, but this place isn't like actually a real place. It's only real in the show.
I've only watched that one funny smelly cat episode.
Where does that song?
I don't know. I did think about Robbie's first question. I have it written down right here.
I have a hit. You know when they didn't figure it out, they pull it out a hit?
Yeah. Okay, we're our special.
Ready? This is your hint for the first one. Kiki, do you love me?
Yeah, that's so.
Well, we need to get somewhere. Okay, what's your? All right.
Okay, so is the second person as famous as Beyonce?
Yeah. I would say they're same profession and similarly I think the same level-ish styles, but they do the same, different genre, but all right.
Okay. Is the first person Drake?
Correct! That is the first word. All right, we're making progress. So far, let me restate. So Drake refusing to sing with blank at the blank.
Is the second person Adele?
Yes! Woo! All right, so we are at Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the blank.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Have you seen the show?
Like 3 years ago.
Where did they?
Is the first letter of like the first word of the place in the first half of the alphabet?
Yes. All right.
Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the coffee shop?
Yes, but there's a name to the coffee shop.
I don't know.
Oh, that's so close. I wanted to give it to him.
Every person has
All right.
What's Friends? No,
It's a show.
I'm just kidding. No. That Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the Town Square coffee shop.
It's a coffee shop. We're getting closer. Does no one know the name? Nick, I wish you were wearing your shirt. That would work.
Drake and Adele refusing to sing together at. Oh, sorry. No, you can carry on. At the karaoke bar.
It's the coffee shop, but there's a name to the coffee shop. One more guess, and I have another hint.
Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the Central Park coffee shop.
Okay, it's the first word is central is right, but it's not park. It's a different vowel in the word. I will, but I'm saying that's the answer to my question. All right. What? What happened? Huh?
Okay, last guess.
All right.
Drake and Adele. Drake refuses to sing with Adele at the Central Land Coffee.
All right.
Drake refusing to.
Not. Oh, it was there.
They were cheating.
Oh, okay. Cheating. The leaders say they were cheating. All right.
He's giving you hints.
Who else is? No cheating.
I'm not.
All right.
Which one?
No.
Okay. Guess. What's your question or guess?
Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the Central. Wait, it starts with an adjective, right?
What?
The
word you said is very similar.
Oh. You can't do that. He did Central. Central. Stark.
No. All right. I believe in you.
Drake refusing to sing with Adele at the Central Perk.
Yeah! So good. All right. So 8th graders, you have earned the points for this game, but we are not done. Really quickly, we are going to be pieing the losers.
Oh wait, what? Yeah, we can fight together.
We can only do one.
We are a package.
What? You said different dart. That's what you said.
I thought you said it started with a different one.
All right. All right. Here we go. No, don't lay down.
Are we laying down?
No, standing up. All right, we only have a couple minutes, so. All right, perfect. All right, who's up first? Should we do 6th grade? We'll go 6th grade first. All right.
He is.
He raised his hand.
Soren first?
He raised his hand.
No. I'll give you a ticket.
Sure, okay.
All right. Who's going? Okay. Let's do it so our audience can see. This great, exciting moment. All right. Wait. Wait, we need one more tart. I'm going to stand like this so we don't get anything on the screen. Nice! Okay, wipe up on the tarps, people.
Stay on the tarp.
All right, who's next? Who's next? Oh boy, it's gonna go flying. Perfect. All right, last one, last person. Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you, everybody. That was so great. All right.
I can't see anything.
All right. So great. Everybody have a seat. People that got pied, you can go ahead and you can go to the bathroom if you need to wipe up more. All right. Yeah, get up, and you can head out. You can even, go on over to the restroom. Oh, shocked ya. No, you're good.
Are we just putting this all in the corner?
Thank you. Yeah, we'll clean it up like really later. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. We have a very exciting, very special speaker tonight, our very own Miss Ashton! Woo! So, give your full attention to her, and she's gonna just bring it. I'm so excited.
I forget we use a mic.
Oh,
I'm a loud human, but... I mean, I have nothing... Should I just put this down here?
what? Oh, yeah, here, sorry. Perfect. Go for it. There you go.
If I need it. Hello, everyone. Hi. So this is like my second time, I think, doing this. Third. You asked for it many times. All right. So, oh gosh, that's too loud. So, as you all know, we have been in the series of God Says You Are, and I got the pleasure of choosing God Says You Are Not a Mistake. I didn't realize how hard this was going to be until I started doing the work and thinking about it. But I feel like this is very important for all of you to know, like, we all make mistakes, and that we should dive into it because we learn so much from them. So, to start, I have a question for you. How many of you hate making mistakes? Show of hands. All right. You're okay with it. Yeah, mistakes are good for you. And if just in one word of emotion, like how do they make you feel when you make a mistake? Anger? Mad and upset? Embarrassed? Stressed? Mad at yourself? Yeah, it's a self-sabotage, right? You kind of go into your head when you make a mistake that, yes, mistake. Yes, yeah, it makes you feel terrible, right? Mistakes don't, you're not feeling uplifted like, yeah, I made a mistake today. Like, no, you kind of take it down. And one question I have, hopefully none of you can answer this, but how many of you ever felt that you are a mistake? That was me. So that's why this comes to my heart of wanting to share this with you guys so we can all learn, right, together. So to go into this, I decided to bring up 3 big mistakes in my life that I felt and the lies that they told me. So to start off, I'm going to go into who's an athlete here? Who plays sports? Yeah, okay. Sports was my life. I love sports to this day. And when I was your age and going into high school, like I thought for sure I was going to be a professional basketball player, professional soccer player, because those were my favorite sports. But as you can see here, this is me running. Running is what I was getting noticed for. Running is what colleges were seeing. Running was what brought me to where I am today. And I did not like running. Running made me anxious, running made me nervous, and I didn't have the support I wanted with running either. So my family maybe went to 5 races in the 4 years in high school. I did 2 years in college, and I just felt like I didn't have the support, and I just wasn't that good enough. And I think this had to do with playing basketball and playing soccer. Like I felt like my dad was there in the stands. Like he was proud of me, that he was going to my games. But when it came to running, I didn't have that. So I thought, I'm not good enough to be doing this. Why am I running? But as I go out through the years, running is what brought me to college. So I'm grateful for that gift I have, because that's where I learned I am not good enough. And that all started with the lies I was telling myself. But it wasn't till I went to college that I realized, oh, I actually am good enough. But it was when I lost everything, I didn't realize that I was actually the fastest on the team. And I was like, wait, what? I was? They're like, yeah, you were the only one that ran a 4:59 mile. Everyone else was in their 5s. I didn't know that because of my own self-sabotage, of the mistake of not becoming what I wanted to become, which was basketball or soccer, anything but running. So the next mistake I go into was college. I got a running scholarship to University of San Francisco, but my dad wanted me to go to Harvard or Stanford or anything that was one of those prestigious, big-time college. You guys all have the pressure of that, yes? You guys know, like, probably the talk of college is already in your blood, and your parents are already talking about it, where you can go to make them proud, right? So for me, I went to the running scholarship for University of San Francisco because I wanted to make my parents proud. And it wasn't until I was there that I realized that I don't have the heart for this. I didn't want to do it. It was so nerve-wracking. I was at the best shape of my life, but I just could not perform. And it's because I still had that lie in my head that I was not good enough. But when going to the college and not graduating, I dropped out after my second year in college. And I just felt like a failure. And going into my 20s, still haven't graduated. Now going into my 30s, and I'm not married, not with kids. Like, there's these constant pressures when I'm getting older of like, I'm supposed to become something. And I believed the lie that I'm a failure. So going into my next one, why is all this happening, right? Why am I feeling all these lies and believing them? And that's because I grew up with a father that always told me he never wanted me. So he didn't want to be a parent, and he let us know, me, my sister, my brother, that all the time. He would just say, I never wanted you. And so I thought if I played the best soccer game, that he would be proud of me and that he would want me. Or if I went to the right college, that he would be proud of me and that he would love me. But this lie I told myself that I don't deserve to be loved is because of the pressures that I put on myself and the lies that I believed. I haven't had a relationship with my father in 10 years, but in that 10 years is where I really grew and really got to know who I am. So these are big mistakes, right? That's what I'm saying. They're mistakes. But that's not the truth. Mistakes make us believe the lies we are told or the lies that we tell ourselves. But that is not God's plan. God was in my life through this journey of so-called mistakes, and he had a purpose for everything. So first, running. Why am I a runner? I didn't like it. It made me nervous. It wasn't the sport I wanted to do. But here I am. I'm a coach now for Rancho Cotati. Here's my shirt. I'm a track coach now, and the day that I left our first meet, and I'm in charge of 10 kids that are part of the distance team. I ran mile, 800, 2-mile, 4x4. Those were the races I did, and these kids had the heart for it, and I get to be a part of their lives and their journey, and every single one of them got the best race for their 800 and their mile ever. They all PR'd, which is a personal record, which means they all got their best times, and that's when I cried in my car as I left that race, because I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This was God's plan all along. Like, I get to teach them and be there for them in ways that I didn't have that, right? I didn't have the support. I wasn't told, like, you are good enough, you are fast enough. And these kids is the greatest gift. And I take them on the Starbucks runs to give them, like, a proud appreciation for working so hard. Like my coach used to do with Slurpee runs in high school. So, yeah, so this is my team, and I'm grateful, right? That was God's plan all along. If I would have known that back then when I was your age, I would have been all for it, but I didn't know. So going on to my next one, I am a failure. Oh, sorry. Let me read my truth. So Ephesians, for we are God's handiwork, created in Jesus Christ to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. So this was his plan all along, right? So my truth is God gave me purpose. My purpose is to be a coach. Purpose is to be with all of you, right? And I didn't know this back when I was making the so-called mistake. So if we go into my next one, right, I'm a failure, right? I didn't graduate when I was supposed to. Well, God has wisdom for this. His plan was bigger than I ever knew. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding, which is Proverbs 2:6-7. And with that, I met my friend Alexis, as you can see there on the top right. I did graduate in 2019 from the college I found, Dominican University here in San Rafael. And finding that college, graduating myself, paying my own way, getting my degree that I got was business management, which I still am proud of. I met Alexis, and meeting Alexis, I found this church. And she brought me to church because she wanted a friend with her sitting in front row so we can learn the best we can. And with that, sorry, I probably wasn't supposed to do that. But with that, I got to meet all of you. I have never had church in my life until 5 years ago. Never had God fully in my life. I always believed, but didn't have any religion or background. But now I do, and I'm blessed every single day when I come here on Wednesday nights. I've been doing this for 3 years now with my 8th grade girls, and none of you are here, but Izzy, woo! But I've been with you guys for 3 years, and I'm like, that's amazing. And I hopefully get to go up in high school and be with you another 4 years, and that's just a blessing in itself. So God has wisdom. My next one would be, you are a mistake. So I believe this for a long time. I'm still struggling with that, but I have had my therapist for 4 years, and I'm still working on myself and loving every minute. But with God, the Revelations 21:5, he who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. And then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. So this just reminds me, like, God is redeeming our story. I am not a failure. I am not a mistake. I am worthy. I am enough, right? And he is so intentional, and he gave me purpose. And this whole journey, I wouldn't change one mistake. Not one, because if I did, I wouldn't be here now. And that's the whole point of the journey. And that's the whole point of the mistakes, is we learn from them. But do not self-sabotage. Do not feel like you're not enough or that you're not worthy, because you are. And we all learn, and we all make mistakes. I'm 35 now, and I'm still making mistakes, right? But it's how we learn from them and we grow, that is God's plan. Right? So sit in that moment and think about that and be like, okay, what do I need to learn in this? Or why is this pattern happening again? Okay, what did I not learn? Like, these are all God's plan. So this is me. I just turned 35 a few weeks ago, and it was, thank you. And I got to celebrate with some of my closest friends, and it was perfect, and it was the best birthday I ever had, and I took a whole week off of work, I missed all of you, but I did take a whole week. I went away for a little bit, and it was the best time of my life because I finally truly feel I know who I am. I don't feel lost. I don't feel like I'm searching for connection with people that don't truly see me. And it's all because of God's plan. And it's all because of the mistakes I made that I'm here now with these friends. I wouldn't have had any of these friends if I didn't go on my own journey and my own path. So if I can leave any message with you, I think next slide, is God is intentional and gives us purpose. You are all beautiful and loving children of God. Be yourselves, make mistakes, learn from them, but we're all human, we all do them, okay? So, thank you. I love you all. And let's have a fun Wednesday. Oh. And let's pray. Everyone put down your heads. All right, Heavenly Father, gracious God, thank you for this moment today to speak in front of all these beautiful children, and let them all learn and grow from me and from each other tonight about how we all make mistakes, we all have lessons to learn, and how we all are true in who we are with God's plan and with your plan. So let's have a fun night tonight with our last elements battle, and let's love one another and listen to one another very well. All right, thank you. Amen.
All right, high school's not here yet. We're good? High school is here. All right, we're going to head into small groups. So head on into the sanctuary.
The one girl band. I need to get one of those. You know the one man band where they have the instrument, the big drum, and the guitar? I need one of those. Welcome to my one-woman show. Any song requests? Wowie, wow, wow, wowie, wow. Wowie, wowie, wow, wow, wow.
All right.
It wasn't.
Emma. Duff.
What?
Duff.
Hi, guys. Hey, y'all did good. And we mostly made it away without any injury, but we're going to do a quick prayer. Would you guys stand to your feet? And we're going to go ahead and pray for, so Lucas and Dutch kind of hit heads. Which happens, but we're going to pray for them. As part of our worship. So if you guys would go ahead and bow your heads, close your eyes, and pray. Yeah, so Jesus, we just lift up our brothers Lucas and Dutch. We just ask for healing over them, God. We're just having some fun, and these things happen, but we just ask for your protection over them moving forward. God, we ask for healing if there's any damage. We just lift them up to you, Lord. May they feel your peace and love in this moment. Thank you for who you are. In your name, amen. Thanks, guys, for praying. We're going to sing some songs to Jesus, and I wanted to encourage you guys. We've been in this series talking about different mental health stuff and navigate that well together. And I know you guys have spring break next week, and the semester's a grind and can be exhausting. And I'm sure some of you are going to be in this place feeling tired, and I'm tired too. So I want to just encourage you to let worship be a time where you come and bring it to the Lord, because God is good. He wants to meet you in this space. He wants to make your burden lighter. He wants to make the stress you're carrying a little easier. Wherever you're at, it's just cool that God lets us come as we are. So if you would, again, we're just going to pray and put our hands in front of us like we do as a symbol of receiving the Lord. Jesus, we thank you for your goodness to us, and we just ask that we worship you now. We lay everything that we're carrying at your feet, because you are good, and you love us, and you're here. And so may we be free to release our burdens to you, Jesus. In this time of worship, in your name we pray. Amen.
Savior, I come, quiet my soul. Remember, redemption's hill, where your blood was spilled for my ransom. Everything I once held dear, I count it all as lost. Lead me to the cross where your love poured out. Bring me to my knees, Lord, and lay me down.
His presence together. Just wanted to encourage you to lean in tonight into this song. Light of the world, step down into darkness. Open my eyes and let me see beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you. So here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
King of all days, oh so highly exalted, glorious in heaven above. Humbly you came to the earth you created, all for love's sake became poor. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
I'll never know, yes, I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross.
I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that
Sing that with us.
cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross.
Here I am
To
to
worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
here I am
To worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
She's proved me. Yeah, Lord, we just come before you tonight and thank you that you're king over our lives and all the things that are happening in our world. You're good. You are good, even if we don't see it or recognize that you're moving, you're working. So we just take a second in the middle of our week to adore you, to recognize that your love is more powerful than anything else. And when we lean into that, trust in that, God, that makes a difference in our lives. So we turn our attention to you. We turn our attention to you, Jesus. Appreciate that, Mike. So I give it up for our little acoustic set tonight. It's awesome. Julia, will you grab me a microphone from the drawer? It's so quiet. Hey, make sure your numbers are real quiet. Guys, round of applause for Julia bringing the microphone.
Hello.
Thanks for checking that. That's good. Sweet. So, a couple of announcements tonight. First, turn to your neighbor. Say, neighbor, you're loved. And I love you too, even if I don't know you as well as you think I should. And then say to your neighbor, neighbor, high five. And then give your neighbor a high five. And then quickly turn to your neighbor, and I want you to just do a quick thing. Neighbor, the best thing about my week is this. Fill in the blank. The best thing about my week has been this thing. Best thing about your week. Man, who's your neighbor? Here, Nate. Look up Ben. Rex, what was the best thing about your week, bro? Nice. Liam, where'd Dash go? He's been around the 30. Where's Dash? Oh. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, Nate, let's take a full seat there, bro. Couple of announcements. Mike, let's cruise through these, homie. We don't have any new timers tonight, so that's okay. Oh, well, we will do a guest shot tonight. I'm feeling a guest shot because, yeah. Let me see where we're at. We are just like so not prepared tonight. No. Harris, will you get the little footballs? You want to do it? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, raise your hand if you want to take a guest shot tonight. 3, 2, 1, raise your hand. Mike wants to take a guest shot. Abby, Julia, you can do that. We need one more. One more guest shot. Rex, you got it. Cool. Isaiah, you can do it too. We'll do 5. All right. Come on up if you want to take a guest shot. Yeah, come on up. We're going to do a quick speed round here. I need someone to look underneath. So this is just because we're about to do spring break and I love you guys. We're going to create some. No, it's okay. All right. Rex, go ahead. Chase, will you observe? Will you help be my goalie? Harrison, you got it too? We'll have 2 eyes on it. It's good. Yeah. So Chase, you're gonna hold down the fort, okay? All right, y'all ready? Drum roll, please. That was a decent attempt. That's not bad. Okay, going into those Harrison. Okay, you're done. That's good. Rex, go to your seat. Yep. All right. Okay. Sawyer, drum roll, please. Yeah, you do. Heels against. And so, okay. All right. Guest shots all around. Drum roll, please. Abby. Oh, right to Chase. All right, Chase, bring those on up here, bro. Come on up. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch those. Mike, come on up. We get a leader shot. That's all good. Oh, Jamie's getting in line of fire. Guys, has anyone seen Friday Night Lights? Friday Night Lights, the show? Oh, dude. Well, the show's amazing. I'm crying, man. Tim Riggins for life, you know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead. All right, drum roll, please, for Mike. Here we go. Oh, yeah, you need a little space. Yeah, okay, I see you. Yep. Okay, yeah, drum roll. Oh, that's a good technique. That was a good technique, dude. All right, heels against. Yep. Drum roll, please. Hold on. Drum roll. Oh, dude, underhand might be the move. That's good. Okay, Isaiah, heels against. Drum roll for Isaiah. Drum roll. That's all right. Okay, and Julie, you want to give it a go? Julia wants one. You just need one. Yep, here we go. Oh, okay, there you go. What? Yeah, you can do one too. Come on up, Emma. Okay, drum roll for Julia. Drum roll, please. Oh, I think the underhand technique might be the one. Okay, and we need here, Chase. We need one more. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Okay, we go. Okay, drum roll, please, Rema. Drum roll. Oh, that's good. If it was the light, you would have won Chick-fil-A. It's all good. All right, y'all. Guys, round of applause for everyone who just tried to. Mike, I think you changed the game with that, bro. That's good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I sniped it. What else we got? We got one? Okay. Oh. You hit, yeah, I know, you did, you got the bottom of the wickets. That's pretty good. That's for, no, you just gotta make it. I'll buy you some nuggets. Okay, you guys signed up for Unite, we all know that. Go to the next slide. We all know that you need to get into text message updates. Oh, Dash. Guys, come hang out with us for VBS. Yeah, Sage is going to do it. Yeah, hey, raise your hand if you've done VBS. So, have you ever done VBS? Raise your hand. If you've ever volunteered for VBS, raise your hand. Chase, have you volunteered for VBS? There it is. Yeah. You want to sign up for this, guys. This is super fun. We hang out with the kiddos. It's a good time. Shelly and I spoil you the whole week. Okay, next slide. Follow us. You know the drill. Next. Click on that because it's got good stuff. Next. No youth group next week. Sad. Ben? I know you didn't mean it. From the depths of your soul. Hey, for real though. Hey, real quick. Come back with me. Real quick. Shh. So next week, we do not have youth group because it's spring break and I'm in Mexico with Harrison and Sawyer and Jackson. It's going to be good times. Yep. Be to live trip. So no youth group next week. I'll send out a text reminder, but we will be on the following week and we're going to do dinner early with the church. Seder dinner. It's going to be an interesting experience. We'd love for you to come early. Okay. So not next week. No youth group. Week after that, we're back on. Okay. Thumbs up. Capiche? Okay. Capiche, caposh. And also no Sunday school because it's the first Sunday of the month. So just sad times. But come worship. And so far, by the way, guys, I offer this every time. Every time that we don't have Sunday school, if you come to church, you take notes, and you tell me what the main point of the service is, I will take you out to lunch. So far, Hannah Chamberlain has cashed it in twice. I still owe her 2 lunches, but I'm banking them on. And as well as, who else is with her? It was Hannah Chamberlain and Caitlin. No. You have to pay attention to the sermon. Well, why don't... Abby, all you got to do is tell me. Yeah, but not you. You're not her friend. Oh, that was sad, dude. You know what? I retracted you saying on the microphone. It made me feel so bad. Dude, I'll take you to lunch, Ben. Ben, if you do the human loop, I'll take you to lunch twice. If you do the human loop, 2 times, dude. 2 times. That's all you got to do, man. All right, next. Is that it? Mike, are we done? Yeah, okay, great. Go to the next slide. Great. Okay, come with me. Here we go. I'm going to take us on a little journey. A little time. Oh, Dash, Liam is down. Guys, round of applause for Liam. Yeah, Liam. So we in this series, come with me, join me. We're in this series called Watch, Rest, Repeat. Watch, Rest, Repeat. Talking about different things and realities with mental health in the church. First, we talked about the importance of talking about it in the church because anyone can wrestle with it. Last week, Shelly and I co-taught together. We talked about the reality of suffering. And the nature of it and the source of it, and that's sin. We talked about what it means for us to lean in, to lament, to process the ways that we experience suffering. And we're going to take a little turn tonight, and we're going to talk about what it means to kind of take a forward, proactive step, and how we engage our own mental health. This isn't, if you're again, I wanted to say this too. If you're not someone who wrestles with anxiety or depression, that's okay. This is steps for every one of us to take and also how to support people well. We're going to take a turn. This talk is called, hit the next slide, Discipleship in Our Whole Self. Discipleship in Our Whole Self. I want to show you guys something real quick, okay? I have to put the microphone down, so I'll put it down, so please listen. But when I was in 5th grade, I played a lot of basketball, and I had an idol. His name was Pete Maravich. Pistol Pete, okay? And Pistol Pete was my dude. And he did this thing where he had like these basketball training videos that he had, and I learned to do this when I was 11. I couldn't stop it. It was like, oh, I want to learn how to move fingers with it, and then I want to learn how to do my knuckle, and then I want to learn how to bounce off my knee. Oh, yes. And then the last one is like, ready? Last one. So, I'm gonna do it one more time, not the whole thing. But what he did is he has a story where he spun the ball on his finger for an hour, like a full hour, and then he had to switch all the fingers because they rubbed it down to like it was just like straight up callus. But he did it for an hour. And I forget, it's just that was all the previous recording to do it. So full hour. The concentration is insane. So here's the thing. I show you this because I had to discipline myself to do that. I had to take a lot of hours. How did that take the breath out of me? What is wrong with me? 31 years old. And that's what it was. Talking about that at a loud voice. I'm going to take a drink of water. I had to discipline myself on how to do that. And I think if I was to ask all of you, each of you can do something that is kind of unique. You might not be like showmanship, but maybe you can do something that you're like, no one else can do. Like last week, Rex was like, what's up? I got the moonwalk. Oh, yeah. And he moonwalked across the whole stage. Some of you are secret songwriters, maybe poets. Some of you are excellent drawers, like this guy over here. This guy draws amazing stuff, by the way. We have some skaters in the back who crush the game. Chase smacks those drums like a boss, and so does Abby, and so does Sam. That's right. You all are a talented group. You know what I want to say is that you guys have taken time to cultivate different giftings. But one of the things that we don't do sometimes is we don't take time to cultivate good habits like we do with sports or even school. We don't put enough energy and activity and proactive choices into how we deal with our spirituality, our emotionality, and our mental health. And tonight I want to talk about what this means. There's this term called discipleship. Hit that next slide. Discipleship. You may have heard this term before. It's a church word. This is what it means. It means our lifelong journey of following and becoming more like Jesus. Discipleship is our lifelong journey of following and becoming more like Jesus. And it involves mind, body, emotions, and spirit. It involves mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Discipleship is about following Jesus with our whole selves. It's a lifelong journey. And by the way, guys, when you come to youth group on Wednesday nights, this is why we're here. We're hoping that you would go, oh, I want to be a follower of Jesus. And you're engaging that as a part of a lifelong process. This is a small part of your life, but it's an important part. And we believe in it so much when you're in high school that we adults take off their Wednesday evenings to come and be with you. And we cultivate this experience of games and worship and talk and small groups so that you would consider what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. And this is really awesome because all this is actually related to how, one, we care for ourselves, but two, how we can care for other people. I want to read this passage from the book of Mark. I'm going through the next slide. So there's this passage. I'm going to read it from my Bible directly too. So give me a second here. This is a passage Jesus is talking to. He's talking to a group of teachers. Teachers of the law. And one of the teachers asks him this question. If you guys remember in the fall, we talked about the book of Exodus and how God's name was Yahweh and also called Elohim. And this God was active with his people and he loved his people. And he gave them a set of rules to follow because he wanted what was best for them. This was called the law. And Jesus comes on the scene a lot later and he says, hey, you guys are missing the point of this whole thing with the law. And the teacher says, this is what he says. Of all the commandments, which is the most important? This is what Jesus says. He says the most important one is this. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. The second is like this. Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. We talk about this a lot. Love God, love others. We We say this all the time. Everything we do at youth group and church is always about those things, loving God and love other people. But tonight I want to talk about this statement that Jesus says with our whole heart, soul, mind, and strength. You guys, it's easy for us to oftentimes separate these categories in our lives. We oftentimes think that our mind and our soul and our strength, our heart, these are different parts of our body, kind of like we box in different activities when we go to school. We have our math class, we have our English class, we do the things, we have our sports teams that we do, we have our plays that we attend, we have our performances that we do, we have our volleyball teams that we coach. Sage coaches the guys' volleyball team. Guys, round of applause for Sage for being a coach for the boys' volleyball team. It's awesome. But we do all these things and we separate them out, but the truth is they're all kind of intertwined. And tonight, I want us to understand the connectivity between them and how Jesus desires us to have them, and also as an effort of what it means to carry each other's stories. I want to say this statement. This is really important. Oftentimes, we want to be people who people lean on, especially in high school. We always say this to each other, I'm there for you. If you need anything, I'm there for you. I'm there for you. Now, the reality is that if we say that, do people actually take us up on it? I just want to ask you, if you ever said that statement to anybody, I'm there for you. If you need anything, I'm there for you. And then I want to ask you this, do people actually take you up on that? And I want to ask you this question, have you ever taken other people up on that towards you? Have people ever said to you, hey, I'm there for you? And have you said, you know what, I'm going to lean into that. When I'm in a hard place, I'm actually going to take them up on that. I'm going to text them. I'm going to call them. I'm going to share what's going on in my life. Have you ever done that? You don't have to answer this question out loud right now. I just think this is an important marker to recognize because I think all of us want to be people who people can trust and lean on to. But at the same time, none of us actually take advantage of that when people offer that to us. And I want to say this statement. This is really important. The ways in which we can care for other people, the ways that we can care for other people is only to the extent that we have allowed other people to care for us. The only ways that we can care for people, to the extent, the deepest extent that we can go, is how we've allowed people to care for us. If we don't allow people to enter into that space, that vulnerable space in our hearts, it's really hard for us to actually be people who can care for people. We have to be vulnerable with our emotions. We have to be vulnerable with our brokenness. And we want to be able to be people who can do this sort of thing, to love people really well. But to do that well, to actually be a person who can lean in to other people, and also to be someone who people might want to lean in towards you, we have to learn how to take care of ourselves really well. We have to practice habits of self-care. And this is where the whole mind, body, soul, all that stuff comes into place right now. Go and throw that next slide up, Micah. There's this passage that Paul talks, and he's talking about discipleship. I want you guys to read this version of it. I'm going to read the whole thing. So just kind of follow me on the screen if you would. Paul's talking about discipleship. He says, compares it to a race, an athletic activity. Don't you realize that in a race, everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I run with purpose in every step. I'm not just shadow boxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. I'm going to read that last part. I want you guys to really focus in on this last line with me for a second. That last piece. I run with purpose in every step. I'm not just shadow boxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. There's a deep purpose when we talk about mental health, how we care for ourselves and how we care for others. Oftentimes, these things are out of our control. We have our stories. We wrestle with different things. That's not out of our control. But what is in our control is how we deal with our stories. And every person has to make a decision at some point in time that goes, how do I want to deal with my story? A few weeks ago, Mike Howard shared his story. Guys, round of applause for Mike Howard. Mike Howard's the man. What I love about Mike Howard and his story, and especially the one he shared with you, is that he says a very unique sentence. He says, I am an addict. Mike says that currently, right now. You can look at him. He'll tell you he's an addict. He's an addict every day. But Mike chooses with his story to follow Jesus and give that over. And so he's been sober for how long? How many years has it been? 19 years. 19 years. This is what's cool about Mike's story. Mike has owned his story. And I'm sure if you went and sat down with him, he talked about the ways that he hated that and he complained about it and made excuses for it. But Mike got to a point where he went, you know what, I want to take control of my story and I'm going to give this to Jesus. And he started to take care of his body, his mind, and his soul. And this is what Paul's talking about. It's about all of us looking at our stories and saying, all right, whatever this is, I'm going to do something differently about this. And here's the things that I think are really important for us when it comes to discipling our whole selves. There's three areas. There's three things that I want us to really consider. Going to the next slide, Micah. There's three things that I think are really healthy when it comes to engaging our stories, our mental health, and our physical well-being, and our spiritual well-being. And there's these three things. We allow others to hold our stories. This is really hard to do, but we have to allow people to do that. Which, by the way, this is the reason we do small groups every week, because we want to give you a chance for your story to be held. For you to hold someone else's story by also allowing people to hold yours. That's why we do small groups every week. We want to take care of our bodies, how we eat, how we sleep, how much water we drink. I'm going to talk about some real practical steps that are very spiritual in nature, but we oftentimes miss what this looks like to take care of our bodies. And the last thing is we pursue our relationship with Christ. If we do these three things, guys, I promise you're going to take whatever your story is and however you wrestle with stress, anxiety, all that stuff, and you're going to put it in a different place, and it's going to have less power over you. And then when you do struggle, because you will, because we all do, because no matter how deep into our walk with Jesus, we're going to struggle, we're going to suffer, but we won't be defeated by that moment. We don't get lost into that moment. It's easy for us to get lost and spin out into something that happens. It becomes very stressful. When we do these three things, it changes how that happens. So if you want to be someone who loves people well, you have to allow yourself to be loved by people. If you want to be able to give yourself, you have to be able to take care of your body well. And we want to be able to pursue Christ in that fully. So here are some habits that I want to run through. Hit that next slide, Micah. What do I have next? Before I continue on with my story, I want to talk about, there's two things that are happening in our small group with people that I think do really good habit building with social media. One of them is Hannah Hood. Hannah Hood's not here tonight, but she has the Daily Reminders Instagram feed, and she's super encouraging with social media. If you follow her, she posts stuff that talks about, well, she says it right there, mental health, self-worth, body image, performance anxiety, eating good food. She's doing a really good job about sharing parts that she struggled with so that she can be a blessing to other people. And then we have Ryder on this side, and Ryder's also not here. He's visiting his college that he's going to be attending next year. But Ryder just started doing a training Instagram, and it's awesome. But here's just two simple ways, two accounts to follow about what it means to love your body well, because it's a spiritual thing and it's not separate from that. These are two accounts to follow that are super, super awesome. I want to give you guys a few practices when I think about discipleship and how to take control of these things. This is some things that I do. Some choices that I make all the time to own my story so that I can carry other people's stories well and also share mine. So emotionally, here's where it is. Right? The categories: emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. I'm going to share some things. So you're going to listen to me with this. This is what I do. For my emotional health, I see a counselor once a month. Every month I see a counselor once a month. I also see someone who's known as a spiritual director. It's like counseling, but for pastors specifically, and they don't offer necessarily how to fix things, but just to see where God might be showing up. So I do counseling, I do spiritual direction every month, unquestionable. I also ask for support from those who I trust. So Blake Azaby, who's not here right now, but Blake is someone I lean on to all the time. I've got another good friend named Brady. I have several friends who I've been friends with since I was like 12 years old. They're dear friends to me that I lean on to. And then also, any of the leaders in here, I know I can share my burdens with them as well. And I will if I have to. And I do. I also seek active mentorship. Hang with me just for a little bit longer, guys, just a little bit longer. I seek active mentorship. Michael Hill, who's the worship leader here, he's my supervisor, but I also really respect him, so I talk with him a lot about things I'm going through. Ben Kearns, who you guys know, he's a very important man in my life. And then Sage's dad, Daniel Kushner. He is a very influential person in my life. I respect him a lot. And ultimately, I refuse to keep my deepest, darkest struggles to myself. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. For my mental health, I limit my time on social media. This became a big problem for me, so I gave it up for Lent. I haven't been on Instagram at all, except to pull these pictures off, so I broke it to get these photos. But I've been off Instagram. It has been a game changer for me. Oh my gosh, I've been so great to be off social media because I started comparing myself a lot to my friends back home and other people. It just wasn't any good. Other mental things. I seek to crave space to have uninterrupted conversations with Shelly. When we're not distracted about anything around us, we put our phones away. I need that time. That's good for my mental health. Also, uninterrupted conversations with deep friends of mine. No phones, talking about life. How's your heart? What's God doing in your life? I need that. I have to learn how to catch myself when I compare myself to others. Another thing I do that is for fun, mental health-wise, is I love to play drums and guitar. Not even for work purposes, because I do that for my job here, which is great, but I love to play it for fun. I need to do that. Okay, a few physical things that I do. I try to exercise 3 to 4 days a week. I go on runs or I go to the gym. I go on walks. When I was in high school, I loved snowboarding, so I did that all the time. I want to encourage you guys to think about that fun thing that you might do, that whatever you do, that's something outside, that's not involved with the phone or a screen, but you go outside, you do it, doesn't matter what it is, find that thing to do that. Sometimes I like to go surfing, I love to play disc golf. For food habits, I've decided to cut out soda. It's been a huge game changer for me. Soda, just for me, speaking wise, that I just realized that like sugar overload like made me drag and feel really low. So I would actually get the spike of energy would be like cool, and then it'd be gone. So I just drink a lot of water, and I'm trying to eat more veggies because I like Chick-fil-A a whole lot. And that's at the end of the day, spiced chicken sandwiches don't quite cut it. Although in my heart, that's also a mental health habit. Sometimes I choose Chick-fil-A for my own mental well-being. That's a real decision. But I'm trying to eat better at large. For spiritual, here's what I do. Daily, I'm in a group text with a few guys. We do 1 psalm a day, and we talk about that. We just read a psalm. Here's some thoughts. I try to get into the Word every day, reading a chapter in the Old Testament and the New Testament. There's an app called the Praise You Go app, which is just awesome, and I highly encourage it. I should have thrown a picture of that because that's a sweet way to engage the Lord. 10 minutes a day. I love worshiping, and I try to take a weekly Sabbath, a day where I just rest. Okay, I just share with you my whole list of things. Here's what I needed to do. I want to encourage you to think about in your small groups, what's going to come next, is the ways that you are either excelling or perhaps could use some work in those areas. Your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And I want you to have some honest conversations in your group. This one feels good. This one not so much. And I want you to brainstorm 1 or 2 ideas of something that you could do this week that could actually shape that. Hit the next slide, Micah. One of the things that we've been doing, and this is one more week we're going to try that, but you're going to get invited by me tomorrow through the Remind text to do one more reading plan. This is one of the ways that you can encourage your spiritual growth in your faith. You'll get a text tomorrow. It's really simple. They take 5 minutes. Sawyer did one week. Yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Super easy, encouraging, little Devo time. But this is how you get in the Word every day. It's one of the things I think is really important for your spiritual health, that affects your mental health, that affects your physical health. That's what you want to do. So you're going to get a text from me tomorrow to join that. I'd love for you to do it 3 days. Okay? Last slide. I'm going to bring us back to where we started. Guys, discipleship is a lifelong journey. The following becoming more like Jesus, and to care for others well, to follow that commandment, to love God well, to love our neighbors well, to love God well, to love people well. To do those 2 things, we have to care for ourselves well. We have to do it with our mind, body, our emotions, and our spirit. So I want to challenge you to think about the ways, the habits that you have now, and how you're doing with those things, so that you can be good news to yourself, to your family, to your friends. Capiche? Capiche. All right. Would you bow your heads and pray? Jesus, we thank you for tonight. We ask that you would, with your Spirit, cultivate good conversation in small groups tonight, Lord, that you would draw us closer to your heart and how you'd allow us to evaluate those areas of our lives, our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health, Lord, and all for the sake of owning our stories so that we can be a blessing to those around us. We love you. In your name, amen. So Blake and Chad's small group, you're with me tonight. Actually, well, yeah, go ahead. We'll head on out. Start with Mike first. Yeah. Start with Mike first. Yeah, those guys. Chad and Blake's go with Mike to start. Yep. Alexis's group. You guys are with Jamie tonight. Jamie's got you. Alexis had a migraine tonight. She's very sad to miss you guys. So you're going to be with Jamie.
Shelly's gonna get a mic. We're gonna tag team. Okay, so fun. I'm so excited. That was a great game of Steal the Bacon. Very intense, classic.
Yeah.
So fun. So Shelly.
fun. Is it anybody's first time? First time. Yes. Come on up. Oh,
Come
do we
on
have?
down.
Oh, yeah.
You're the next contestant on The Impossible Shot.
Yes. All right. So.
I'll stand on this end.
What? You hung out with us all night. We're super grateful. Shh, Peanut Gallery. Thank you. Super grateful. So we want to get to know you. Hopefully you get to know someone. So share your name, your school. We know you're 8th grade because you're with Robbie. And then what is your favorite game show? Okay, that's from my generation. Yikes. Okay, what is your favorite game or sport?
Points have been added.
All right.
My name is Davi. I go to Hall Middle School. My favorite sport is basketball.
Nice. Woo! Basketball. All right, so we're going to see if your arm is really that good. I mean, this is a football, but no, you guys sit down, all right? Because nobody's made it, and we'll keep going until someone makes it. I did, but then nobody made it, so we kept it. Because, ouch, you've been practicing. All right, so you see that little... Okay, you see the 49ers? Yep, from right here. And there's a pole even on top. So it's basically like a 10 by 4, 6.
Pressure.
If you make it, you and Robbie gets a shot too. It's free Chick-fil-A the Wednesday after spring break for everybody, okay? So no pressure, but all the pressure. Nobody's made it. All right, whoever wants to go first, don't cross that line. All right, Robbie.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Do your best.
Way to have hope.
Oh! That was pretty good.
All right, Davi, let's see what you got. Oh, wow, too hard. All right, take a seat.
good.
Welcome to youth group.
Nice.
Bring your friends. Impossible Shot up here. There you go. Take a seat. Let's have you both sit up here with everybody. We'll wait.
Party. Come
We'll
on.
wait. All the way up. Come on up. Sitting on the couch is like all the way up. I know. You got to be with the people. With the people, everybody. In.
Squad.
Come on. With the crew. Don't be too cool. All right. And we